Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to At America. Halo, selamat malam Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman semua. Wah, kurang nih, aku belum mendengar nih selamat malam. Selamat malam, terima kasih sekali sudah bisa hadir di At America. Kami tahu di luar sedang hujan, tapi kami mau bilang terima kasih banyak sudah bisa hadir di At America. Jadi buat Sobat At America yang lagi di perjalanan, semoga bisa aman dan selamat sampai di At America. Kami masih menunggu teman-teman untuk bisa hadir di sini untuk malam mingguan bersama kami di At America. So welcome to At America. We are the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and this is the place for you to learn more about the United States. And hello everyone, my name is Patricia Elizabeth. I'm one of the e-guide here, and I'll be the host for tonight's special event, a classic guitar journey from Indonesia to the United States. Can we give a big round of applause? Thank you so much, everyone. Tonight we are honored to present an inspiring musical dialogue between two masters of the classical guitar. From Indonesia, we have Iman Prabowo, Indonesian classical guitarist. And from the United States, who joined us via Zoom, we have Frederick Hand, American classical guitarist, composer, and also educator. Can we give a big round of applause to our speakers for today? Yes, together they will share not only their music, but also their journeys. They will offer insights into the beauty of classical guitar in both Indonesia and the United States. And now, without any further ado, please join me in welcoming Iman Prabowo and Frederick Hand.
Thank you, thank you. Check, check. Can you hear me now? Just kidding. Hello everyone. Apa kabar? Selamat malam ya, selamat malam. Saya lihat tadi beberapa yang hadir. Halo, lengkap semua nih. Ada teman-teman dari Jakarta, dari Bogor, dari Bandung. Dari Bogor di mana? Ada yang dari Bogor nggak? Belum kelihatan ya. Dari Jakarta? Ada yang dari Jakarta? Oke. Dari Bandung ada nggak? Nggak ada ya? Oh ada dari Bandung, wah hebat. Dari Jogja, Yogyakarta nggak ada ya? Nggak ada. Surabaya nggak ada ya? Oke. Mungkin streaming ya Mbak ya? Ada di streaming ya? Oke baik. Terima kasih. This is a very special evening for me. Thank you very much for At America for holding this event, and this is truly a special night for me. Not only because we have talking sessions and also performance sessions, but also we have a chance to get together in this wonderful venue at the At America. I think without further ado, I would like to share my preparation. I have prepared some 120 pages of slides. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I would like to share some of my story, how I become an architect and a classical guitarist. Okay, so we have 2 sessions. First session will be my session, and the last 3 will be about Fred Hand's bio and also the musical background. Okay, here's my story. Starting from 1983. If you could see this list, I don't know if this list is quite enough to explain or to describe my musical career, but these are kind of mixed up between my professional career as architect and also as a classical guitarist. But in 1983, I started to learn how to play classical guitars at Yamaha Music Indonesia, ya, di Bogor. And along the years, I have participated in some of the competitions, national competitions, and also have tried some jazz or even heavy metal songs in a band, yeah, when I was in junior high school and also senior high school. And then during my university college years, yeah, keep starting to learn more about classical guitars. After graduated from the college, I also have a chance to had some competition. But this is just a quick review. I'd like to continue to the time when I decided to study to the United States. Yeah, it was 2001, and I studied architecture and construction management studies and also information technologies. But I was surprised because I found that in the US there are so much things that I want to learn about classical guitars, and I found so many conservatory in New York City, and I also have so much interest on applying and also enrolled in this conservatory, but I didn't get that chance, and because I had to finish up my study first in these schools. And during my first semester, this happened. Yeah, World Trade Center in 2001. I was running around like crazy down there with all these people. It was a very sad moment, and I thought I could never make it until today. Yeah. But life goes on. I had to finish up my school. But the highest demand jobs at the time in 2001, with the promising future career, significantly declining. Yeah, so many job losses in financial and IT industry at the time. Yeah, large companies, for example, like Citigroup, JP Morgan, IBM, HP, cut thousands of employments in just a few months. Yeah. And most of the school canceled the scholarships and internship programs. So at that point, I had to think of something to support my study. So this is when my music skills came into play, because I can provide such a part-time income to provide significant supplementary income to cover my architecture and construction studies. Yeah, because I need books and studios and labs. Yeah. Fortunately, in 2003, I graduated. Yeah. But during the crisis, fortunately, I met many new friends through music and society, and I learned that classical guitars not only the music, but also I had a chance to learn more how the music is composed and how the music is created. Yeah, was created. For example, like this, I learned some Bach music, which was the original manuscript showing like this, as you can see on the left side. And then this is Beethoven's original manuscript. And today we have modern classical guitar music notation, which is available like in everywhere. Yeah, everybody can get all this music. It doesn't have to be difficult to find one. Yeah. And during that transformations, I learned that guitar also have some transformation phases. As you can see, we know that there are electric guitars and many guitars with different shapes and different kind of uh, mm, sound that can produce. And during that time also, I had the chance to personally uh, uh, watch this international artist, yeah. This international artist, like Sharon Isbin, yeah, Marcin Dilla, Andrew York. So this opens up my eyes that classical guitars in the U.S. was growing very fast, and uh, even I watch growing classical guitars communities, and they have also programs for children. Yeah, and since then, apparently numbers of research I've also found very useful, and mungkin ini dalam bahasa Indonesia ya. Jadi setelah mempelajari banyak musik, saya menyimpulkan bahwa musik dapat membantu menurunkan tekanan darah ya, dan dengan musik Anda akan lebih peka terhadap lingkungan sekitar, dan membantu untuk tidur, meringankan rasa sakit, meningkatkan kekuatan otak, meningkatkan memori, dan meredakan kecemasan. Ini ada beberapa yang saya sadur, dan juga and music creates empathy for sure, yeah, and there are so many research shows the results very positive, and give us more benefits for children. And this is also another research how music builds motor and math memory and skills in children. And after all these years, I found myself to have the society which was very supportive to all the members, and I found so many great people and also new friends, which was very supporting. This is when I had a chance to have some master classes with all the masters ya, seperti Manuel Barrueco and Jason Vio, and we had some monthly meeting at the American Youth Hostel. This is a regular meeting every month, and yeah, this is one of my students that receive some scholarships from the pre-college Juilliard school at the time, and yeah, we have new friends, which was very supportive, and also I had a chance to have my debut concert at the Viola Levitt Hall, New York, and this is my first debut in New York in 2006, and I had also a chance to had a master class session with Maestro David Leisner. And this is my debut CD entitled Simple Tribute during 2009 and 2010 release. Yeah. And this is the title, Simple Tribute. And these are some of the masters I have learned with. These are all masters that inspired me so much in classical guitar music and also the performance. And one of the most special teacher, and I should say this is not just a teacher, but also a very special composer. As you can see, maybe we can have, Maestro Frederick Hand. He composed Elegy for a King. This is in memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I would like to share some of this special music in this session. This is through this video conference online. We have very fine artists, guitarist and composer Frederick Hand, who is an international profile in classical guitar world. And it would be very insightful for us, classical guitarists and audience here, to listen to his career and his stories about his works and music. And his career has taken to one of the most important concert halls in the world. And he has worked as guitarist and lutenist for Metropolitan Opera since 1984, and worked as composer, musician, television, and films. And as a professor for some of the most important music schools in and around New York City. In Fred's early years, he was a Fulbright scholar to England, where he was a student of Julian Bream. And since that time, he's been recognized as Grammy nomination and Emmy Award winning artist. So I hope everyone will find this event, this opportunity, as fascinating as I did when I met and studied with Fred Hand in the US. Please welcome Maestro Fred Hand. Ya, bisa ditampilkan, Mbak? Hello, good morning, Fred. It's good to see you. How are you doing? I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Fred, I think you're still on mute. I think you're still on mute, so we need your help to unmute button on the Zoom.
This.
Perfect.
Hi,
Okay,
perfect.
over to you, Pak Iman.
Okay, hi,
Well,
Fred.
Hi, Iman. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. It's so wonderful to see you after all these years and to see how well you're doing. I'm very happy for you.
It's great to see you too. Yes, I remember the first time I've ever met you at Manus, right? Manus
Yes,
school. Yeah. It was in 2006, wasn't it? You still
Yes,
remember?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. I have some questions for you, Fred. Actually, from from all those works, the compositions you have created so far, most beautiful and most I think all of them are beautiful. Yeah, but one of my favorite is that the Elegy for the King, for a King. Yeah, we know that you have created this such beautiful music in memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you tell us more about this beautiful composition, and how did you come up with this such perfect, beautiful harmonization?
Well, thank you. I remember I was driving in my car. It was in the evening, and I was listening to the radio, and the news came that Martin Luther King was killed. Now, I had gone to his famous March on Washington before, and I was following the civil rights movement here in the United States. I was somewhat involved in it, but I was young, but I was very enamored of Martin Luther King. And when I heard the news on the radio that he was killed, it just went right through my heart. And I remember going home, and most of the time it takes me time to write a piece of music, but this piece just came out like all at once, and I just poured my heart out. And in composing, we don't compose in a vacuum, so it's very much what a composer writes. It can't help but be influenced by the things that you're listening to And at the time, I was listening to, among other things, the music of the great English composer William Walton. And when I listen to that piece now and the harmonies, I hear his influence on that. And the challenge was to capture that kind of musical language on the guitar, which is somewhat, I would say, related to the Impressionist composers of Ravel and Debussy, but with a modern touch. And as you know from having played it, I wound up having to do some very large stretchers.
Right, that's
Man,
correct.
which I didn't want to do, but it was the only way that I could get those harmonies, and that was one of the challenging things in order to play the piece. But also, I think what happens with a composer, you develop over time a musical language, hopefully of your own. At that early age, I was only 21. I would
Wow,
say,
21.
in certain ways, other composers, my favorite composers, Leonard Bernstein and Ravel and Bach and whoever. But after a while, if you're lucky, you develop your own personal voice. So I was in the process then, but the real inspiration musically was, as I say, the music of William Walton. But of course, most important, it was this loss, this tremendous tragedy that happened, and my heart just poured out, and the music poured out with it.
Wonderful, wonderful. That was the background of the story of the song. Then I wonder how you come up with the composition, but I found some of the harmonization so beautiful, yeah, between those two notes. Sometimes C major 7 or C minor 7, it comes out, but as you said, it's just pouring uh, just like that, yeah. So it looks really beautiful, yeah. At the end of the song, it was played. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
yeah, I would try to play again tonight, but if you give
I'm
me
looking.
that permission, and
Of course.
yeah, another question, Fred. You may have noticed that the growing classical guitar world developments in the world, as well as in Indonesia, right? Right now, many talented young generation players are appearing right now. However, majority of they only think that classical guitar just a hobby aside from their main career. Yeah, as an international artist and educator, what would you suggest our classical guitar communities here so that we can improve the technical skills as well as have much broader perspectives to explore for those who will have their classical guitar as their future career?
So this is a very good question, and it's a very complicated question because it goes to the heart of not only becoming a guitarist, but becoming a performer, a creative musician. And what I would say about that, that the first thing is that a person has to have a genuine love for this. Otherwise, it makes no sense to do this. Becoming any kind of person in the arts, whether it be a poet, a dancer, a writer, a guitarist, um, it's not necessarily as a career a rational choice. And what I mean by that is that there are people that go to look at statistics and they say, well, where can I make the most money? Okay, and that nothing wrong with that. They want to have a good life, and we all want to have a good life. Okay, but if you're looking to make a lot of money, I don't suggest going into classical guitar. Having said that, I have taught hundreds and hundreds of people and watched their careers and watched them have a life, have a good life with the guitar. So it's possible, but I think the first thing is you have to be compelled to do it. You need to want to do it more than anything. And in my life, I had two things that I felt like that. Number one, of course, was the guitar, which I started when I was 6 years old when I went to see Segovia in New York, and literally I decided at 6 years old, I said, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I told my mother. I said, that's what I'm going to be.
Wow.
And she didn't. Um, I didn't start studying. I didn't get a guitar until we couldn't afford one when I was 6. But when I was 9, and I kept asking, she gave me bought me a guitar, and then I started. And actually, what I said at 6, it was true. I never wanted to do anything else except when I was a teenager. I had that same passion for basketball, and I wanted to be a basketball player. So here I had these passions. I stopped playing the guitar, just played basketball. And I had these two passions. I was equally passionate about basketball. The thing with basketball is, first of all, I'm only about 5'5" now. I was maybe 5 feet then. And I wasn't so good. I was okay, but not a great talent. So it isn't just that you need to be have a passion for something and be compelled to do it. You need the talent to do it. And we're all given skills. And if you're fortunate enough to be given the skill to do what you love, then that's a very blessed life. Okay. So I realized after a couple of years that I didn't have a future in basketball. And that became clear. And that's when I went back to the guitar. And I was fortunate enough to study at the time with a protege of Segovia named Albert Valdez Blaine in New York City, who was a very good teacher and taught me in the Segovia style. And of course, we had in New York the Mannes College of Music, which was it was the first school to introduce classical guitar into the college curriculum. So, and at that time, if you can imagine, and this would be in 1965, there were only 2 schools and 2 colleges in the United States where one could study guitar. And now there are well over 2,000. So you see the explosion of interest.
Right, yes.
So living in New York and studying in New York was a great advantage because one hears all sorts of fabulous music, not just guitar music. And I think in terms of this, I do have a message, for the guitar community, which is, of course, as far as technical skills, one must have teachers, and because this is a tradition that's passed on from one generation to another. So it's very important to study with a teacher. Now, there's lots of materials online, and you can learn a lot that way, but ultimately, one needs a good teacher. And I think you have seen, we have seen worldwide the proliferation of guitar and great virtuosi from all corners of the earth, the ability to play the guitar in a masterful, highly technical way. But I want to mention something about this because I see that for a lot of musicians, and especially guitarists, they are very focused primarily on technique, on how can I play more accurately, how can I play faster, how can I be a great virtuoso. And those things are all important, but it's important also to understand that your skill and your technique and all of your abilities on the guitar is for a purpose. And that purpose is not just to play the guitar, but to play music. That is the first number goal. Not to play the guitar, but to play music. In fact, I have a guitar here, and it's a beautiful guitar, but I don't hear anything. The guitar's beautiful, I don't hear anything. So the question is, what is the real instrument that's playing the music? What instrument is playing the music? And the answer is you. You're playing the music. Music flows through you. And so we have to work on that. And what I mean is, if you play music and it's just technically perfect and fast and whatever, that may be interesting for a little while, and it may be thrilling, it may be entertaining, but ultimately it doesn't give the audience an experience of music, of the beauty of music and all that can express. So as an artist, as a musician, we have to learn on about music and how to connect to it. connect to it, and then how to express it. And it's a given that you learn to play your instrument. That's a given on any instrument. And then the main point here is to communicate it to other people and share it. The joy is in sharing it, the joy for yourself and the joy for the audience. And so we must focus on communication and inspiration and this ability to actually be the music, to embody the music in such a way. And music could, not only does it express the whole panoply of human emotion, but also aspects of the creation. Music is an abstract art form that can communicate almost anything. And we have to understand when we play a piece of music what it is that we're trying to communicate. So, in terms of giving advice, I would say if one has the opportunity to study at an early age, the earlier the better, because there is no question that in terms of forming one's technique, when you start early, you can your hands are not yet formed, and you can develop.
Yes.
Way. However, there's no cutoff on that. It's not like then, oh, if I didn't do that, I can't play the guitar. You can start at any point, and the key, I think, is that you feel compelled to do it, and you love to do it. I remember I was so attracted to the sound and the beauty of the guitar, and to this day, and I've been playing the guitar now for just about 70 years. And do you know when I pick up? Yes, because I started. I'm almost 78, and I started the guitar around 8 years old. When I pick up the guitar now, I pick up the guitar every day. I still love the sound of the guitar. I still love the vibration against my chest and the warmth of the guitar, and that's never gone away. So when one talks about career, and it's important to talk about that. But remember, this is a lifelong gift, a lifelong friend that will always be with you, and that's what an incredible gift to have in your life, is this beauty that is always with you. Now, as far as career goes, I should say this: one should not go into studying any of the arts with the idea necessarily that I'm going to have a career. Not that they should think they can't have a career, but focus on the music, focused on your work, focused on being the best version of yourself that you can be. And as far as the career goes, that tends to take care of itself. Meaning, if you have talent to do this and you work hard, opportunities tend to present themselves to you, and they come in all forms. I mean, I've had very good fortune to have some wonderful opportunities. Just the opportunity to study with Julian Bream, one of the greatest, I would say the greatest musician to ever actually play the guitar. That was an opportunity that then translated into professional work. But I also had a love for popular music, and I also had a love for improvising. And I didn't know that that would lead to anything. So you don't know when you follow your interests where it's going to go. But one day, one of the major soap operas here in the U.S. Was doing some music with a Spanish flavor. And they called me in to do, at first, 3 hours of improvisation and then 6 hours of Spanish guitar improvisation. And who knew that that was going to happen? But you see, what I'm saying is that I only just did what I wanted to do. I wanted to play jazz, I wanted to improvise, I wanted to compose, I wanted to play concert classical guitar, and then the doors opened up. So we can't know what's going to happen in the future, but we can know what's in our heart and what we want to express. And if you do this work wholeheartedly, that alone will be its own reward. And anything that happens after that has to do with your degree of skill and your talent and the opportunities that present themselves to you. Does that make sense, or does that answer your question?
Yes, very inspiring. I mean, yeah, very important for us to have this kind of passion and the love of the music itself, right? It's attached to to us rather than having a career for some kind of a destination, a final destination. Right, right.
Exactly.
Very well said. Very nice. It's very inspiring. Thank you very much, Maestro. This is one of the moments that we will always remember this evening. And thank you again. Hope to see you again soon. It's very nice talking with you, Maestro. And now we come to an end of this talking sessions. I want to thank you again for your time, allowing us to meet you through this event on video conversation. See you soon, Maestro. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Yeah. Oke, thank you. Mungkin itu sesi pertama ya, Mbak Patricia. Ya, we have the next session will be the performance sessions ya, and I think as planned we want to continue on the performing sessions. Ya, yes. Oh iya, kuisnya ya, silakan.
Boleh silakan Pak untuk pertanyaan pertamanya kalau mau dimulai kuisnya. Iya.
Oke, jadi kuis ini satu pertanyaan jika menjawab dengan benar maka akan mendapatkan satu hadiah gitu ya Mbak ya?
Betul.
Betul ya, merchandise.
Hadiah spesial dari Pak Iman langsung.
Oke. Pertanyaan pertama, silakan nanti langsung angkat tangan ya yang tahu jawabannya. First question is when my CD debut was released. Gitu.
Apakah ada yang tahu? Boleh angkat tangan.
Kapan CD saya pertama rilis ya? Tahun berapa? Silahkan. Bapak, Ibu, teman-teman, adik kakak, om, tante, silakan.
Baik, ada di sebelah sini nih Pak Iman.
Oke.
Tahun 2009 bukan Pak?
Ah, betul. Jawabannya betul ya. Nanti CD-nya diberikan ya?
Ya, sehabis acara. Betul, ya? Pak.
Oke, baik. Nah, yang kedua, title atau debut CD itu ada title-nya ya. Apa ya title-nya? Ini pertanyaan kedua. Silakan.
Ada lagi sebelah sini, Pak.
Bapak, Ibu.
Simple Tribute.
Oke, baik. Betul. Oke. Pertanyaan ketiga, mungkin Mbak Petris yang mau bertanya?
Saya, Pak.
Ya.
Oke.
Silakan.
Baik, saya akan memberikan pertanyaan. Ini adalah kedua kali Pak Iman Prabowo ke Amerika. Welcome back.
Betul.
Pertanyaannya adalah tahun berapa pertama kali Pak Iman Prabowo ke Amerika? Tahun berapa? Coba. Tadi ada di presentasi ya Pak?
Ada.
Ada di presentasi. Ada di tahun berapa coba? Amerika buka 2010. Nah Pak Iman ini salah satunya sebagai acara-acara awal-awal kita buka. Kira-kira tahun berapa teman-teman? Bapak Ibu silakan. Boleh ditebak-tebak.
Yang di online mungkin ada? Ada yang jawab?
Oke, di sebelah sini, silakan. 2012.
Oke, betul. Diborong ya. Oke, baik. Terima kasih. Mungkin itu ya, Mbak.
Terima kasih banyak. Ya.
Berarti session pertama selesai, kita persiapan untuk session berikutnya.
Boleh kita tepuk tangan dulu sekali lagi.
Terima kasih.
Untuk nanti, tadi kawan-kawan nanti akan mendapatkan spesial hadiah. Bisa diambil setelah selesai acara ini ya ke tim America. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see a magical performance recital from Iman Prabowo. So before we begin, please allow us to share a few important reminders to ensure a smooth and respectful experience for everyone. During the performance, we kindly ask that all mobile devices remain silent. Recording is allowed. However, we ask that it be done without the use of flash at any time during the performance. To avoid disruption, entering and exiting the venue is strictly prohibited while the performance is in progress. So thank you everyone for your attention and cooperation. And now without any further ado, please join me in welcoming Indonesian classical guitarist Iman Prabowo.
kan alat musik yang sangat sensitif ya. Jadi senarnya pun suka berubah-berubah dengan ruangan. Jadi kalau ada salah-salah main, salahin gitarnya ya. Lagu kedua berjudul Tango by Isaac Albanese. Sorry, this tuning berubah-berubah ini. Lagu ketiga Opus 22 dari David Wally. Santa Cruz dari David Qualley. of tune ini terus. kasih, terima kasih.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Iman Prabowo. Thank you for joining us this evening for this special session with Iman Prabowo and Frederick Hand. We hope you leave tonight feeling inspired by the stories, insights, and beautiful music shared across culture. To get to know more about At America, you can follow our social media. We have on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, AT America. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in with us and see you at the next At America event. Happy weekend, everyone. Hello, Professor Frederick. We want to take a group